It's the NFL on EA Sports, and if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Philadelphia Eagles, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on their in-state rivals to the east, the Philadelphia Eagles. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and as we look at this matchup, every time there's something different to focus on. So I'll just ask you, what do you see here in this one?
Well, Rembrandt, you've given me a pretty blank canvas to focus on, haven't you? Yeah. Where do you think I'm going to go with this?
Oh, secondary?
You know me well, right? In a game like this, it's always about the secondary. Can they handle the passing attack and make a few plays?
It's an old-school battle in the Keystone State of Pennsylvania. The Eagles and the Steelers are underway. Cordero Patterson to return it, bringing it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. They'll be led out by the man who proclaims to be from a whole pack of Badgers. Came into the league back in 2012, Russell Wilson.
And similar to his nickname, Russell Wilson has a dangerous mix of skills, the ability to throw from the pocket and extend plays and throw on the run. Not to mention an absolute winner. Usually has his team in the playoffs competing for Super Bowl opportunities.
Here's Wilson to throw right away. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
Wilson. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. 7 yards there and a first down.
A gain of 7. First down, Pittsburgh.
They go play action now. Wilson. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Fryermuth. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
They go play action with Wilson. It's brought in by Harris. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that will bring up second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And they'll run for the first time with Najee Harris. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. That's going to bring up the third down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
If they want it first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down. Now it's Wilson. That is caught. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Still first down.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. To throw is Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Wilson. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That's good for 28 yards.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Now it's Wilson. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Russell Wilson taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Steelers are on the board first here this afternoon. Solid finish to a solid opening drive, and that's the threat that he represents. He can take off and score on you.
What he makes it is 11-on-11 football, because a lot of the times the quarterback isn't much of a runner, so you don't have to account for him. Well, you do with him, and now he actually gets a lead blocker instead, and he's able to cash that one in.
Extra point put through by Boswell, and it's now a 7-0 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by a Heisman runner-up during his college days. It's the versatile Jalen Hurts.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
And they'll begin by running the option. And he stopped immediately there. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he'll earn a couple of tough yards past the 30 to the 31. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
63.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Looking here for Smith downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. But, man, his first throw, that nearly went the other way. Instead, it's 4th down. Out now is the punter, Braden Mann. The back deep for the Steelers is Calvin Austin. It's taken to the 26. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Wilson's throw into the hands of Pickens.
Wilson's pass complete to Josh Pickens.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. After 1, 7-0. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. 3rd and 3. As they've got it as we resume action. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read. You can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
On is the punter, Johnston now, as he sends this one away. This is taken at about the 14. Now a hit and a loose football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, get a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
In on the stop, DeMonte Casey.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Throwing is Hurts. Pass taken in by his big tight end. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Flushed out right. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Eagles, first down. First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Forced out to his left. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Pretty good first down play. Keeps them ahead of schedule, as they say.
And ostensibly, they could go right back to it because there are multiple options on this play. Hand it inside.
And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Saquon Barkley, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles are an extra point away from drawing level. Oh, CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively because to me, it looked like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4 fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
Elliott good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Patterson going to bring this out of the end zone. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. This is Harris on the draw. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. On 3rd down, here's Harris. Running free at the 45. Najee Harris inside the 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Najee Harris, 87 yards. And the Steelers have taken the lead.
And here on 3rd down, your number one goal, don't be a hero, just get the first down. But here, once he gets past the line of scrimmage, the field opens up for him, and he's able to take it right up the gut and into the end zone.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7.
14, Eagles 7.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles just about set to go to work on offense. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, Silver. Don't touch.
Hurts. His throw incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Play action. Here's Hurts. He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. He's got his target. That's complete. Shoves him aside. And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. A big play there for Philly. 52 yards.
Despite writing it down in my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
Hey, let's go.
On 1st down, Hurts. Eluding the pressure right. That ball caught by Campbell. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
63.
They go play action with Hurts. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. Dallas Goedert, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Elliott on for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. 5 plays there on that drive. And the drive was all finished off on the touchdown catch by Dallas Goedert. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. And the Steelers set to take the field. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
Now Wilson on second down. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Harris running straight ahead.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Harris Campbell in the final seconds of the first half. And the Eagles have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. So they're able to break the tie just before halftime. Now they just don't want anything crazy to happen on the ensuing kickoff.
Yeah, they want to just add the extra point, get the kickoff taken care of, and get to the locker room with the lead that they fought so hard to get.
Elliott now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. The fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. From his end zone, here comes Patterson. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. On the return from his end zone, Rodgers. And he returns this to the 22. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first. Third third quarter. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
well, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. On the move to his left. He's going deep for Brown. And this one is incomplete.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
Flush to his right. Gets this to Campbell out on the right side. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A gain of 32 that time. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Here's Hurts to throw. But it's caught on the right side at Smith. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. Down the sideline he goes. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead now up to 14. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it's capped off by a touchdown run from Saquon Barkley. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. Unable to corral him, he fights through. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. It was a small, manageable spread to overcome. A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. A short one there to Freiermuth. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe
taking it right down Broadway. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 93 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Here's Fields. That's Cordero Patterson hauling it in. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
A gain of 3, second down.
At the Eagles' 31-yard line.
They run again with Harris. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Fields now to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles 16. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They hand this off to Harris. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
The tackle made at the 12-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch it. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. 2nd and 6. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Going for the sack by big Jalen Carter. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
4th down. Fields has to have this one. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
2nd and 2. At the 30-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to take it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 78 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Eagles, 1st down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. He dumps it off to Barkley. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle 1st down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Hurts sets up to throw it. Dancing to his left. And this is caught. It's Brown. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. So a toss play there does the trick as he's into the end zone.
And you don't run this unless you're sure you've got a guy who has the speed who can get to the edge, because what you're hoping for him to win the race to the corner and turn it upfield to the end zone.
Elliott on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. That time, a 9-play drive, and it ends with a Saquon Barkley touchdown run. Now, after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this taken in at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back, because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Well, I get it, Charles. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Down big, they just sent their receivers out, let it fly. But the defense, they were ready.
Yeah, and there aren't too many people left in this stadium that couldn't see that coming. But that's not a major criticism at all, because you had to try it. What you're hoping for is one of your athletes out-athletes everyone else and makes a dramatic play.
Tiger swamp, Tiger swamp. No touch.
Barkley, inside handoff. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. And they're going to speed things up here. Second down, here's Barkley again. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 132 yards on the ground for him now, as he's done that on 15 carries. They get this to Smith on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. They get this to Smith on the jet sweep. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The Eagles are winners here as we say so.